Choice station for the high flyers.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Right in the city of Ibadan, there is the first entertainment radio station in Nigeria. I-FLIER 103.3 FM.
Everybody sing along with me now.
My love, through trials and tribulations we stand. I will hold you tight. Through joys and sorrows, day and endless night. In laughter and in tears, I will be by your side. Through every up and down, I will be your guide. When doubts creep in and fears arise, I will reassure you with loving, gentle eyes. Your flaws I adore, your strength I admire. Ekurashani alabaku ewa.
You give me everything.
The truth is, at every point in time, we all need to give ourselves that reassurance that I'm going to stay with you through thick and thin. When in tribulations and trials, hand in hand, heart to heart, in this life's Spain. The truth is, this life is full of ups and downs. So there are moments where we'll feel pain, and there are moments where we'll just have grown wings and they have run. What am I trying to say this night? I am trying to tell you, wonderful listeners, that you have to reassure your partners every single day. When they are going out, tell them beautiful things. Call them beautiful names. Even in the afternoon or when you are chanced at night, before they return, call and check up on them. And before you end that conversation or at the beginning of the conversation, whatever conversation you're having during the day, make sure you give that reassurance. For me, sometimes when I apologize for that, but we're going to make it very swift. We're going to still enjoy the show regardless of how many minutes we get to spend together tonight. Welcome to Pillow Talk with your Somjos Mavi, Marvelous, SOBALOJU OYEDELE. We're live on Facebook. On Facebook is at high. So if you have a younger person at home and is listening, maybe you should tell them to go and sleep. Because I want to talk to the adults, especially those that are married. Kilo shele gone. And it's not just about the physical intimacy. It's actually a way to connect emotionally and spiritually. That's why I want to talk about this. And that's why I said that the sex I want to talk about is that vital aspect of any relationship, especially marriage, or romantic relationship, which I believe should be marriage anyways. It goes beyond just doing it, as it were. There's something attached to intimacy, emotionally and spiritually. A healthy sex life can strengthen your bond with your partner. It can foster trust, and it can enhance overall relationship satisfaction. So it means that when couples prioritize intimacy, they often experience increased emotional closeness and communication. Sex can also be, a way to express love, desire, and affection, helping partners to feel valued and appreciated.
So happy, babe.
But what is just annoying is these days it looks like romance, sex, and all of that is one of the issues many couples are facing lately. The truth is, I might not be able to share more light on, people call some things high libido, low libido, and all of that. I might not be able to explain all of that, and because of our time save, I might not be able to go into details today. I don't want to para, because I know for every time I talk about romance and all of that, I get so emotional about it, and that's because I've heard lots and lots of stories. If you check most of the problems marriages are facing lately, we will see that this subject of sex has contributed more than 40% of the problem that couples face. So you see that 40%, I'm sure I'm putting it mildly. It's possible that it's over that, but I really don't want to exaggerate. But you will all agree with me that most of the problems couples face lately, sex have contributed over 40% of it. So maintaining a fulfilling sex life, it requires effort, and it also requires understanding. What is your understanding of sex before you entered into marriage? And even in marriage, how are you perceiving sex? It is very, very important because it requires effort. That's the truth. Couples should communicate openly about their needs, about their desires, and about their concerns. And by so doing, they can work together to create a satisfying and enjoyable experience for both partners. It is very, very important. But the question is, how many of you couples that are listening to me right now actually communicate? I mean, you talk about lots of things, but do you talk about what happened inside the inner room? Do you talk about it? Because I'm sure you have concerns. You have some needs. There's some things that you expect your partner to do and they are not doing, and you want them to do it, but you're not saying it. And how will they know? So you have to communicate your needs, your desires, and your concerns to your spouse. And by so doing, they can work together to create. You both can work together to create a satisfying and enjoyable experience for the both of you. So what am I trying to say in essence? Just to make it sure, like I said, I really don't want to bore you with so much words, but it is very important that we say that a strong sexual connection, it has contributed to most of the healthy and happier marriages that we see today. Just like 40% of sex problems have contributed to the number of problems we're having in marriages, I also want you to know that a strong sexual connection has contributed and can contribute to a happier, healthy relationship. Some people will say, is life about sex? I've even heard women, Jenny, they say a lot of things, and that thing, they always vex men. At least, judging from my little experience, I know that thing, they always vex them. And now they have a response to it, Abby. When you said them, Jenny, oh. That's what they will tell you now. And they will even say it harshly. So what am I trying to say? It's very, very essential for couples to prioritize intimacy. All right? Sex is not a sin. It is only a sin when it is done by people that have not been joined together in holy matrimony. But for couples, sex is not a sin. That's why it's me that is married can actually talk about it. When I was single, I never mentioned this topic. That's the truth. But now that I am married and I'm already over some years in the business, I can definitely still talk about it. So, I have said it a countless time, and I'm still saying it again, that you want that marriage to work, but you are starving yourselves sexually. How do you think your partner will feel? I mean, I've been there, and I know that most of the problems when we have little rancor here and there with my partner is usually on this subject. And it happens like that in some people's home too. And I understand. See, I have to also talk for a female. As a female, I understand that it is not all the time that we are interested. And that's why I love men of God that really addresses topics like this. And then they will tell you that, what are you also doing to help her be in the mood? That's the truth. Men, you people, sometimes, sorry, but sometimes men can be very selfish. That's the truth. You are not helping to set the mood for what you want or what we both want. But you just want her to be ready, and you want it when you want it. How about her feelings? This is something that should be done by the both of you. Some have even converted intimacy into a means of punishment for their spouse. It goes both ways. Some men, they have made the woman see it. They have changed the mind of the woman to think that it is an obligation that must be met, which is a very wrong thing to do. And it can also be like that for a woman. When a woman is hungry and is trying to starve her husband of, intimacy, all of these things does not still make it right. And that's why communication is very key in any marriage or in any home. Talk about these things. You people don't talk about it. You only talk about things like that. I'm not saying you shouldn't talk about it. It's beautiful. But remember that this is a marriage that will be together till death do you part. So when you are together, because I don't pray for any home to break, I am not even praying for separation, talk less of a divorce. But I am saying that you have to consciously do what is necessary. On this show, I told you some of the things that you can do to spice up your marriages. One of it is going on vacation. One of it is having a alone time. What is all this alone time? What do you think you'll be doing, dear? You think it's just to watch Netflix and chill, do things together, watch clothes together, do chores. All those things are fantastic. But part of all of those deals is still intimacy. It is still part of the things that is expected of you. But when a man makes a woman feel like, go inside, I need you, you understand, you are not helping her. This is a woman that had gone to work the same way you had also gone to work. She returns from work. She goes to the kitchen, does the necessary. You are just gallivanting. Who's your slave here? You gallivant. You just sit on the couch, acting as if you have done the all of the work for that day. And the woman too had also gone out. It does not matter what time she came in. Maybe she came in earlier than you came. At least show that you care. That's who's even saying that you have to be in the kitchen with her to do all of the chores. But at least little sign to show that you care should be in her memory. It helps. All of these things is still psychological when you look at it. But no, men, you just feel like, I need you. That's all you care about. Whether she's tired, you don't care. How are they went that's all you know. To eat and to do all of those things. That's what you know how to do. But to communicate, to express love to your spouse is very difficult for you. Then you blame her for punishing you with such a thing. Or you don't know that when both of you, when you are not in the mood, even if you are doing it, you will not enjoy it. You don't know. If you don't know, at least you know now. The reasons why you have not been enjoying you've been having with your spouse is because you believe it is. It is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. That's what you have to know. But men, you people, sometimes, some of you, not all of you, I want to believe it's not all of you, but some of you are just terrible. Terrible. That's the truth. Marriage, for this reason, shall a man leave his father and his mother and cleave. What do you think cleave is? No, please explain to me. It could be anything, but I'm sure cleave also means you become intimate with your spouse. The intimacy does not just end on honeymoon. For some men or for some couples, the last time they were intentional about making love was on their honeymoon. The rest has just been rada. Couples they're not intentional about these things lately. These are some things that even though the word sex, I don't like to use it. I can't lie. I think I've said it here once or twice. I don't like to say sex because it has been abused by teenagers. Do you understand? It has been abused by, these our Gen Zs. They now see it as kini. That's why I call it love making. When the name itself should ring a bell, like I am making love to the man I love. I am making love to the woman I love. And we're doing it in the confines of marriage, not outside marriage. In fact, maybe I should even use that opportunity to branch and reach out to our fellow, our youth of today. You are not married and you have like how many body counts already? If you are counting one, if you're already counting, you are counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men as your body count. You need Jesus. You need Jesus. That's the truth. You do need Jesus, because as a youth, these things are meant for the married, not for this thing. But where do we even start? What's my own words against, it's just that this thing has been bastardized a long time. That's the truth. And the truth is our Nollywood movies are not helping matters. The kind of movies they show to us make us to believe that you are not supposed to go empty-handed into your, inexperience. So to say, you're not expected. You're not supposed. That's the kind of message they pass. I've seen a lot of their movies, and most times they don't preach, dignity. They don't preach virginity. They preach mostly you just, getting married with experience. And when you're saying experience, you already have body counts. All of these things are not right at all. I am live on radio, and I can categorically tell you that I had no body count before I got married. I did, but I made sure that I kept myself regardless. I had boyfriends and I had that intention that we were going to get married someday. But for some reasons, we didn't make it to the future. And it is the only person that made it to the future with me that we are in it together. So for youth these days, for my 14, I'm 15, I saw one today. If I look at her and her age, she should be, if I am not trying to demean and so at the same time exaggerate, I would say that she will be in her 14 or 15 years old. And you need to see the kind of clothes this child was putting on, acting all like omoge. You understand? This clothes is as good as I cannot even wear it inside. Is that bad? But that's what she wore, and God knows where she's even coming from, because she's acting matured, even though her face is giving her away as a small child. And God knows where she's coming from. God knows how many body counts such a child has had. So all of these things, we need to really, really check it. So that's, by the way, I'm talking to couples and I'm talking about what is expected of us. And the truth is, all these our teenagers that have abused the word sex, the truth is they are finding it easy. Why is it not difficult for you in marriage? Why is it difficult for you? I understand the place of high libido and low libido, and I understand that it's not all the time that you are, but regardless of the libido, you as a man or as a woman should also help your spouse by getting them prepared for the mood. That's why I said that you should always, we're supposed to do things together. Nobody is anybody's slave anywhere. That's one thing that we have to get into ourselves. Nobody is anybody's slave. You did not come and pick me from my father's house so that I can become and be washing plates for you. Even though I see it as something that I should do, because I would not want a house that I keep to be dirty. But it does not change the fact that even a man can go in there and decide that today I want to also lend a helping hand. Because the truth is not everything that a woman can do. Most times in a house where, and there are bushes around, it is expected that the man will go and take the cutlass or the hoe to lower the grass. But guess what? We have some very responsible. I have them around. I saw a woman, cutting grass, and I saw the husband just sitting, pressing phone, and I was just looking like, what is all of these things? And this is a woman that I'd already given back to. Let me see. If I'm not counting at all, I'm counting 4 children for you. One is as old as she's out of secondary school. And this is the woman that she will be the one to wash your clothes. She will be the one to cook your meal. She will still be the one to cut grass. And you'll be sitting. For every time I had seen that man, that's the truth. For every time I had seen that man is always sitting down, doing nothing. The wife is the one running around doing all of the necessary things. And I know that this woman too goes to work, or at least for all I know, she's a teacher. She's a teacher. But the wife, the husband, I don't know what the wife, because I see him all around, so I don't know if he actually, if he has anything he's doing. But what am I trying to say? I'm saying that we should always help ourselves to put ourselves in the mood, regardless of she has the high tendency to do it or low tendency to do it. You know what I mean in terms of libido and all of that. I've been talking about the subject of sex, and I said that couples ought to enjoy their sexual life and not see it as a burden, and not see it as an obligation, but rather see it as something to express love to my spouse. But when you see it as a burden, you're not making love. That's like you fighting Jackie Chan already. And I've said it here that one of the ways to spice up as a spouse, you both have gone out to work. You should not be sitting when she's doing other things. At least even if you're sitting, show that you care. Come once in a while, pat her at the back, just rub her back. My darling, well done. I understand that it's not even every woman that likes their man to be in the kitchen with them, where there are some they are not comfortable with it. Just be like, well, just leave. So I understand all of those things, but at least show that you care. While she's doing something, you can also be laying the bed. Maybe you did not lay bed before you left home. You could have also done all of that. You could have just, do something. Oh, God. There's so much to say, honestly. And I am saying all of these things because I feel those are some of the reasons why your spouse is not yielding to your call when you beckon on him or when you beckon on her. And it can be both ways. So it is very, very important that we spice up our marriage. And one of the ways to do that is to spice up our sexual life. It is very, very important. It does not change the fact that I am not spiritual. When I talk about sexual life, I am very, very spiritual. I love the things of God. That's the truth. But many of us, you will be all in the name of spirituality. You have forgotten that even God gave that commandment. For this reason, you will leave your father and your mother and you will cleave. God instituted marriage. And when he instituted it, part of the things that he had created for you to enjoy it is even love making. But are you really making love? Or you are just doing WWE? You are fighting wrestling on that bed. And who says it has to be done alone in the bed? I'll be on the bed. You people have to really do better, honestly. That's the truth. You have to really, really do better. We can actually explore or have a getaway. Do something different for yourselves, for your marriage, to help nourish your relationship and your marriage. It is very important. It will not kill you. It does not stop you from being a spiritual person. It does not stop God from answering your prayers. No. Stop acting all spiritual about all of these things. Doing all of those things as a married woman, as a married man, is also part of it. It is still part of what God commanded. So what is your problem that you are acting all boxed up? You understand? No. You're not helping your marriage that way. And you're not even helping, because the truth is when the whole house is tense, it will even tell on the children. The marriage has to be relaxed for the children to even enjoy it. And that's where they can say, I want my marriage to be like that of my parents. But no, these days, God have mercy. That's all I have to tell you today. And there's more from where that came from, honestly. But let's make it short like that. I've been saying a whole lot. And I feel like we'll keep saying it. The truth is, months from now I will still come back and talk about the subject of sex, and I will still come and yab all of you. You can always do better with your sex life. And like I always say, all of these things that I say does not mean that I'm also the expert here. I am also a work in progress. But you have to also be intentional about your marriage. You have to be intentional about your sexual life, your intimate. Some women fall victim of other men outside, and that's where the cheating thing. Although I understand that some men know and some women too. You understand? They must still go outside. I don't understand that. But at least this is your marriage. Let's believe that there is no other outsider. This marriage that I have vowed for better, for worse, for, I must do everything within my capacity, and with the help of God, I must do everything to make it work. That's what is expected of you. That is what you're supposed to do. That is how to live your life. That is what you are supposed to do, married men and women. Stop acting because I'm old now. As if it's still for more. Yeah, we're older men. I don't even know where to start from. I want money, buy. So what happens to that man? Because I think men are always, they are still strong. They are still, you understand? Even when they are way over 60. So you will not be like, women, obìnrin, this gender, God have mercy. So, on a lighter mood now, all I've been saying, or the summary of everything I've been saying, is that let us work together for the greater good of our marriage. Let us be intentional about our love making with our spouse. Let us go gaga. Be your husband's prostitute. Tuesday. Alright, let me quickly go through the Facebook page and see comments that we might have during, because I'm sure some persons must have dropped 1 or 2 messages for us right there. So I'll check through now and I'll see. I know for sure that Pastor Dr. Mukaila Famiwa must have dropped a message. Alright, so let's see comments that we might have. Oh wow. Oh my god. Okay, I think I see it now. Alright, so these are some of the comments that you tell her often and often. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you, Pastor Dr. Mukala Famiwa. Only be strong enough to withstand the other. Sex is both spiritual and emotional. It reminds me that no matter what my dear did, we used to settle our differences. Beautiful, beautiful. Coupled with the fact that he always says to her often and often, I love you. This is another thing that is teaching us right here. Okay, so Olaberu Labisi says, well done. And Pastor Dr. Mukala Fami will continue to say, your today's topic keeps us updated and going from the past 35